The year was 2011. After a few months of living there, she had a habit of going into my room, jumping on my bed or pulling my blanket off to wake me up. Well, one morning, I was woken to something jumping on my bed and I was tired, so I was trying to extend my legs out to kick her off my bed, but my ankles had an enormous amount of pressure. I couldn't move them. I felt chills go through my body, and the jumping continued, but nothing was there. And finally the pressure was released. I fell out of my bed and ran out of my apartment in my underwear. It was a.m. I finally got the nerve to go back inside and walked into my room with a nervous feeling. I looked on my bed and saw two indentions on my blanket closely together. The crazy part about that is when I fell out of the bed, I don't think the blanket moved, as if whatever was jumping on the bed was still standing there, holding the blanket in place. That's the only way I could explain to myself how I saw the mark still there. After that day I slept in the living room and wouldn't go to bed at nights until the sun came up and had the light on no matter what. That went on for 2 months. Fast forward a few months. When I moved back, I brought the same bed I had my prior encounter with. One night as I slept facing inside of the room, I waked to a noise, very distinctive noise, the sound of something dragging its feet on the carpet, pacing back and forth next to me and suddenly, right in my face, growling and heavy breathing. Then it left my face and began to pace again and again, once again coming back into my face and repeating one last time in my face, and hear the pace move away from me and stopped. I didn't open my eyes once during this. Few weeks later, my stepmom gave me a Sacred Heart charm, bless it. She told me to wear it and never take it off, and hugged me and said she loved me. Months later, while her and I were smoking outside, drinking, she asked me if anything has happened since then and told her, no. She then told me she night before she gave me the charm I had scared her. From her account, I came to their room around 3/4 am. I pushed the door open and just stood in the doorway. She woke and asked if I was okay and if I needed anything. I was mute. I stood there for a minute or so, she said, then walked back to my room. I still to this day don't know what that was. On any of these encounters, for context, the previous owner died in my mom's room. Also, my nephew would talk to someone. He was 6 at the time. I would babysit, and while I would be downstairs getting him a snack, walking back upstairs, I could hear him having a full conversation with someone. I stopped short before getting to the room so I could hear more clearly, but the floorboard made a noise and he stopped talking immediately. My sister would always say he would wave bye to someone when he would leave his room. Some nights when it would be me and him downstairs, I would hear walking in their room upstairs.